At last check, crews say that fire is about 50% contained after forcing voluntary evacuations in the area. Let's get back out live to CBS 19 Robert De La Garza, who's live in Smith County with the latest. And Robert, we talked about all hands on deck, and it's showing right behind you with all the first responders there.
Yeah, Brendan, we decided to move down a little bit towards this command post, just where while that sun's coming down, but you can see just how serious the situation is with all these departments out here. I mean, we're talking about Lindale Fire, Smith County ESD2, but we do know that when we spoke to the Smith County Fire Marshal's office, it said that this fire started as a controlled burn that wasn't fully put out, and some of these winds today, they have kind of been on and off and slowed down a little bit, but while these gusts have been up to 35 miles an hour, at some points it's helped spread that fire quickly. But as for an update right now, we do understand. I just got off the phone with the Lindale Fire Department just before this 6:30 show, and they say that they are calling it contained at this moment. They're not going to give a percentage at this point, but they're calling it contained. They said that these crews here are going to be working around the clock at this point, but they're going to be monitoring hot spots and likely going to be on a fire watch this evening. But this all started around 1:15 this afternoon. Emergency crews responded to the 12,200 block of FM 3271. ESD1 and ESD2 arrived to find fast-moving fires advancing toward homes. While bulldozers worked to cut containment lines, air tankers also dropped water from above. They say pilots were picking that water up from Palestine. Officials say that about a dozen to 15 homes were placed in danger. Crews made the call for a voluntary evacuation as a precaution. Let's listen in.
The speed and the direction that it was going, the wind speed today, the fuel load on the ground, the topography, that was a decision made by some of the first arriving fire units, and I think it was the right decision, and you know, better safe than sorry, and I would do that every time.
Yeah, and he told us at around 4 p.m. that 2 homes had suffered minor exterior damage, but no major structural loss had been confirmed at that time, and that about 30 to 50 acres had been burned as of that 4 p.m. interview that we did with the marshal, but that number could grow at this point. And once again, as we mentioned right before 6:30 hit, that we did reach out to the Lindale Fire Department, and they are calling this fire contained at this moment. They did not say whether give us a percentage on how contained it is, but they are calling it contained, and they did say that fire crews will be working around the clock just to monitor the situation, and they did say that this would be a fire watch from now on. But as we did mention earlier, they did give a voluntary evacuation earlier this afternoon, and they're going to update the public whether it's going to be safe or not to come back to their homes through social media. So we'll continue to keep you updated. Brennan.
Alrighty, Robert De La Garza, thank you.